Hello, ski everybody, D-Man Crow here, and, god damn it, I'm bothered. I'm really bothered, because I'll admit it should not have taken me this long to get this next part out. I should have been done with this Let's Play a few days ago, because I should have just been recording shit like this, but no, I decided to take time off and play other shit. But then again, I guess that's probably for the best, because that's better than recording these with, I don't know, I guess just not the right amount of concentration. Because I looked at my last part whenever I went and fucking fought Clown Man. It's just like, my god. Could I stutter like a dumbass anymore? I mean, shit. Oh, but I was telling a story, and I kind of wanted to better explain myself. So, games that my dad used to have, especially like the really big Capcom shit, like Devil May Cry 1, the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, so on and so forth, they were originally supposed to just be his games that he bought and that he really liked and played. But I ended up playing them way more than he did, and the next thing you know, I ended up playing those games so much that eventually I needed to replace them, and I still continue to play them to this day. In fact, that's kind of how it goes for my Let's Play of Mega Man, because the whole reason that I became a Mega Man fan was because of my dad, and because he, you know, brought home the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, and I remember I played the shit out of MegaMan8. In fact, the 3 games that I ended up playing the most on that disc with the Anniversary Collection was Mega Man 3, Mega Man 7, and Mega Man 8. And the crazy thing about that is that's kind of the same story I had with Devil May Cry, except my old PS2 Devil May Cry disc still works. If I wanted to play DMC1 on the PS2, I actually could, but, I mean, why the hell would I want to do that when I have better files on the PS4, you know what I mean? Just wouldn't make much sense. Especially since I have just about the entire DMC series on the PS4. The only 2 that I'm lacking are the reboot, and I'm not getting it, and DMC5, which eventually I'll have DMC5, but I need to at least beat one of the games on the DMC HD collection first. So, yeah, gonna kind of take some time for me to get the 5th game in the series. I kind of just played the other games to fuck around and played 3 for the story. That, and I bought DMC3 on the Switch just because of, you know, that co-op mode. Because it's not a game I haven't played before, but, you know, the free switching mode and the co-op mode just kind of made me want to pick it up. But enough about those other games. We got Mega Man to look at, and I completely forgot to mention the gimmick of Swordman's stage. So this is kind of a reason why they don't let you fight all 8 Robot Masters, because you need to get the other 4 weapons in order to traverse this stage, because there are weapons that are used not just as weapons to kill things, but as options for you to push these platforms around, and they also have uses for the rooms that you probably saw, you know, in the room where the flash bomb matters. The flash bomb is what lights up the room, and then you have a room that requires you to freeze the fire pillars, and you have a room that requires you to use tornado hold in order to push these platforms up into the ceiling and to get them high enough so you can move them. And you have another room where Thunderclaw is used to hover yourself and swing over these large gaps. And then after you clear those 4 rooms, you come to this boss, which is honestly kind of a joke, because if you just shoot it in the jewel, it can't really do shit to you. That's why I use Flash Bomb in order to damage it, because you may not be able to see it, but we're dealing damage pretty quickly. And I actually never died to this boss, not once. And I'm super glad that I cut down my fucking knockback, because oy vey. But we get another rush item, and I forgot which one it is, but we did get an item for rush. That's what these are. and allow me to show you a series of errors that I made. Yeah, didn't have that much fun getting through this part of the stage. This is probably one of my least favorite parts in the game. Maybe. But it's certainly not my absolute least favorite. It's just a little bit tricky to time, and it's kind of a bitch when you get to certain parts, but hey, it's whatever. No point in bitching. I mean, hey, you guys are seeing this footage, so that means I got through it at some point or another. But yeah, kind of like my MegaMan8 playthrough, I figured I'd show a few deaths on a stage with, I believe, to have a bullshit gimmick. But nevertheless, I did not mess this up this time. I actually safely glided myself along, or at least as safely as this shit can get, and I managed to reach the next part of the level. One thing I kind of wish Mega Man games did in more games, period, was just giving you the ability to play with multiplayer. Because it's hard to find a lot of, like, official co-op in Mega Man games. I think the only co-op game in the Mega Man series that I can find are the two arcade games, Mega Man the Power Battle and Mega Man 2, the Power Fighters. And, you know, there's also, like, it's not really a Mega Man game, but it's pretty much the spiritual successor. You already know what I'm talking about. Mighty Number 9. That had a really bad co-op mode. But here we are with Swordman. This boss fight's not that hard. He's pretty cool, so I want you to hear him.
Let's make this a fair fight.
Aw, he wants to make this a fair fight. He's a gentleman through and through. Too bad he's trying to murder you. But anyway, so the water balloon is his weakness, and he has a few different attacks. He'll leap, and that's called Final Strike. He has his flame sword, which is the main weapon that you get from him. He jumps up on the wall, he'll knock down one of those tiki things, and then he'll detach the upper half of his body, kind of like a fucking Swap Force Skylander, and he'll spin on the wall, and then he'll just put himself back together, and you can slide under it. You can actually use the water balloon to stun him, but it never got to that point.
Nice shot.
And he even compliments you during his death. But either way, defeating Swordman is kind of laughably easy compared to traversing through his stage. So, for doing this deed, we get Flame Sword. And accompanying this weapon is one of the best color schemes for Mega Man that he's ever had in an alternate color scheme, in my opinion. There are not a lot of color schemes that compare with this. I really like it. So after Swordman, we move on to Searchman. And this is your robot master that's shaken up by not having a weapon based on elements. Well, I guess there was another robot master whose weapon wasn't based on elements, and it was Grenade Man. But, whatever, you guys get my point. And also, I don't know why they do that. Why have a bunch of robots that are mixed in that have, you know, elemental powers, and then some robots aren't meant for elemental powers but get added into the mix? Like, we got robots that have, you know, thunder, wind, water, fire, earth, and all that, and then you got sniper rifles and bombs. Then again, I guess they've kind of done that since the very first Mega Man, now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure it has something to do, though, with the lore of Mega Man and their practical use, you know. Maybe Searchman was meant to convey the areas for any terrorist attacks or something? I might be going a little too far, but either way, I'm sure he had some sort of practical use. Oh yeah, and by the way, you can get a second jump off of a Mega Ball in the air. Also, I don't think I managed to clear this up in any future parts. Look at that triple jump again. But I don't think I managed to clear this up yet. I talked in part 1 about how I don't find the Mega Ball all that useful. I'd like to re-explain myself, as I did a poor job explaining it. I don't find the Mega Ball useful as a weapon. At least, not as useful as certain weapons, you know, like Ice Wave, Tornado Hold, or a Flash Bomb, because they just come in, you know, they just come in handy, and they're a lot more useful than the Mega Ball in situations where you need an attack that glides across the ground, or that does quick damage and eliminates enemies. I just don't find it useful as a weapon. Now, in terms of a platforming element, the Mega Ball is one of the best tools you can possibly rely on in this game, because I find it very useful to rely on this thing, using it as, you know, an extra tool for a double jump, or even a triple jump if the situation calls for it, like you know, those couple of triple jumps you saw in this stage. But, I mean, other than that, I didn't exactly want to use the Mega Ball as a weapon most of the time, because you saw, once I once I got the other weapons, I stopped using the Mega Ball entirely. Also, I don't know why I tried to use Rush here. But, nevertheless, yeah, I don't usually use the Mega Ball as a weapon, at least not once I get all the other weapons, because the other weapons are just so much more useful, including the upgrades that you can buy for your regular Mega Buster. And there's just, I don't know, there's just something about the Mega Ball that I couldn't find it as reliable. Maybe it's just the fact that it's so difficult to aim it as a weapon, maybe it's just the fact that it doesn't do that much damage. It certainly doesn't do as much damage as, you know, the Flash Bomb, or the Tornado Hold, or even the Ice Wave, because the Mega Ball can't even kill those ground sweeper enemies that I talked about since, like, the first episode. And it especially, like, can't do much against the guys with the annoying shields, the Sniper Joes. Meanwhile, you got Ice Wave over here doing the job that Mega Ball and other weapons like Tornado Hold just couldn't do. And that's actually killing the ground sweepers and going past Sniper Joe's shields. Although I guess the Arrow Shot does do the same job in terms of going through shields, because I've been able to take out Sniper Joes thanks to the Arrow Shot. And I love the spread of the Arrow Shot once you, like, upgrade the shit. It's really cool, because it just makes these sort of segments a lot easier, because, yeah, some of the enemy placement in this game can be kind of a bitch. I also love the reduced knockback upgrade. I think that's kind of, like, an important thing in some Mega Man games, and that might be the reason why they require it, you know, to basically make the game a little bit more manageable in Mega Man 11, because, yeesh, I saw the knockback in that game, and I've actually played that demo for Mega Man 11, but I haven't bought it yet. But the platforming segments for that game, oh my god. Some of the, like, the knockback in that game, the enemy placement, the levels, like, in conjunction with the huge amounts of knockback, before you tone it down with the upgrade, is fucking ridiculous, man. Ugh. But, you probably are seeing that this video is longer than the other parts have been so far, even without the anime cutscene, but we'll get to the reason why that is in just a schminute. For now, let's try not to get ourselves killed, and also try to use this grappling claw, but succeed, like, very poorly, because I didn't succeed at using the grappling claw. Oh well. I actually died, so I'm going to cut to the second fight.
Hey boy, come on.
Well, there's a robot with multiple personality disorder. I mean, shit, he's got two heads and both of them have different voices. So here's the gimmick. He'll shoot one of those rockets around, you have to find him in the bush, and then you have to slice him. He has a weapon called the homing sniper, which is the weapon that you get for feeding him, and he's really damn easy. Well, that was quite an underwhelming boss fight. Starting to notice a pattern with the second half of this game's boss fights. I mean, shit. Anyway, the homing sniper, I don't really use this weapon that often. I use it as the weakness for one of the bosses that we're actually about to take on in this video. And now we're moving on to Astroman, who is hands down my least favorite of the Robot Masters to fight in this game, as well as the reason why this video is longer than the others in terms of gameplay time, because I decided to tackle 3 Robot Masters as opposed to 1 or 2, plus a bonus stage, since there was no big bonus stage intermission in this part. Also, similar to my MegaMan8 playthrough, I'm going to be tackling the Wily levels, or at least the remaining few levels, in one big finale after this video. So, this is just to make sure that I finish with this Let's Play, because, well, I'll be honest, it should have been done at this point, or at least I should have been uploading this part and the last part over the last couple of days, so I don't know why I corrected myself. Yeah, pretty much it should have already been over. But what can I say? When you have a job, it's a bitch to try and record this stuff consistently. But I did my best here. Anyway, here's the gimmick of this damn level that I hate so much. These frickin' switches that you have to flip. And with a little bit of magical video editing, wabam! We're at this next part of the level, which is kind of like the in-between challenge. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, it took me a whole damn minute and a half just to find the place where I have to jump up in order to go onto that skull platform and teleport to this room. And also, I'm gonna be leaving in one of my deaths just because, you know, I'm amazing at this. But let me leave y'all with a little nugget of knowledge here. Well, not really a nugget of knowledge, it's just a fun fact. I actually spent longer on this level than I did on Swordman's level. No, I'm not kidding, I got multiple game overs on Swordman's level. And while I didn't get as many game overs here, I actually spent the most amount of time on this level because I couldn't find where the hell the end was. I'm serious, I literally couldn't find where the hell to go. And thanks to a bit more video editing, we're back here at the second part of the stage. And the reason why I decided to cut out the ending of that little in-between part, and there we go with another death, is because it's pretty much implied what happens. You crawl towards the top, and at that point, when you reach the top, I'm just a moron. When you reach the top, you get to this part of the stage, and I just, for some reason, I decided to leave in a bunch of deaths in this part as well, because the ending parts of this game are just so... Ugh. I feel like the ending stages to this game were either rushed, or people just wanted to be assholes with the level design, because, wow, some of these platforming segments seem like they're made by some of the same assholes who designed a few of the hardest levels on Mario Maker, I swear. I guess we should start calling this Mega Man Kaizo, huh? Or KaizoMan8. Now that I think about it, is there a Mega Man boss that includes the name Kaiser? Like, Kaiser Man or something like that? Talk about wasted opportunity. Or at least, one doesn't exist as far to my knowledge. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. And here we go! With the whole damn reason this freaking part right here took me so long to freaking record. Because there was like 20 minutes of footage on this damn stage alone. But I decided to cut it out through the magic of video editing here. Y'all didn't need to see all that, and quite frankly, it would have bored you guys to death seeing all of that footage. And as much as I would like to explain that, you already got the gist of how it works in the first room. So here we are with another reason I don't like this boss fight. I'm just going to cut the commentary off, and I'm going to let y'all watch why this boss fight is my least favorite to fight. Hint, it's not interesting, nor is it challenging at all. Wow. What an interesting / challenging boss fight, huh? But either way, disappointing stage overall aside, his weapon, the Astro Crush, kicks so much ass. It's a screen nuke weapon and it looks damn cool to use. And while the color scheme could admittedly be better, because let's be honest, it's just the Flash Bomb's color scheme but with the blue replaced with green, I still feel like it makes up for it. But anyway, join me next time on the finale of Mega Man 8.